What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Metal Maniacs Podcast. I'm your host, Jay Ingersoll, and I'm here with a man that's more human than human.
What's good, Jay? It's your boy, Modd. I got it right today.
What's up, buddy?
Figured out who's who.
You're just thinking about that for the last 2 weeks. Like,
Yeah, I'm stuck on it.
man,
It had to happen.
that was amazing. Anyway, how you doing, buddy?
I'm pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Last we left off, I said I was going to see Megadeth, and that was a good time.
Okay.
The solos were just like right off the CD or right off the album. These boys can play still, and of course Dave can afford world-class musicians, and that's what he's got. You know? I think Dirk from Soilwork is the current drummer.
Still drumming for him? He's been drumming for him for a while now.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's been, but he's still holding down the fort. You've got James Lomenzo on the bass. He was in the band before.
Okay.
And he's also formerly of White Lion. I think he's
Okay.
got a lot of credits, but he's a pro, and he sounded great up there. And I don't know the guy, the new current lead guitarist. I think his name was like Timu, something like that. I can't pronounce it anyway. Somewhere from Europe, but he's like an S-tier lead guitarist.
Yeah,
and,
hired gun.
yeah, and he's a replacement of the last guy that they had, who was on for the last 2 albums, I think. And
That was Kiko, right?
yeah, Kiko.
Yeah,
So
and
it's
I know who
handpicked.
Kiko is, you know.
Handpicked by Kiko.
Yeah.
To fill his own shoes. But yeah, I mean, neither one of them missed a note. It was just perfect. So
That's awesome, man.
yeah, got to see Mudvayne. That was nice too. Crossed them off the bucket list.
You never seen them before?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, and they were missing Greg on the guitar.
Really?
He's had a family emergency to attend to.
So
So,
they had like a fill-in or the
Yeah.
roadie or something? Or
2, yeah, and yes, it was.
Oh,
like,
2 guitar players?
They roll with a 5th member these days, like not in the band, but like just to round out the sound live.
Oh, okay.
So that guy was up on the stage as well, but the guitar tech stood in for Greg out front, dressed up just like him.
Oh, nice.
Like, the red face and everything. So
That's cool.
yeah, they did a pretty good job. Loudest concert I can recall being to in a while. Maybe I'm just getting old, but man,
Yeah.
it was super loud.
Was Megadeth loud too, though, or was it just mostly Mudvayne with that?
It sounded like it was mostly Mudvayne,
Yeah.
but then once I put the earplugs in, like everything was fine. I'd say Mudvayne was louder than Megadeth, though.
Yeah.
Like it just felt that way. I think Megadeth was probably a little more dialed in at the soundboard.
Oh, yeah.
They probably
That's
get,
cool.
They probably get the most time with the sound checks.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure they do. Yeah. It is Megadeth's world, and you're living in it, you know?
Yep.
But yeah, that's a pretty good lineup. It is kind of disappointing, like I was just saying, though, that you missed All That Remains, because I enjoy most of All That Remains.
Yeah.
And Jason Richardson, he's a world-class shredder, and
Yep.
their new stuff sounds pretty good, too, what I've heard of it, too. So
like the parking lot at Pine Knob is like 10-minute walk through it to get into the venue. So we were like listening to All That Remains all the way up to the door and into the venue, and I think they were just getting off the stage as we were getting our tickets kind of scanned or what have you.
So would you drive from, like, Muskegon right to the show?
Yep. Let's see.
And
We
then-
went to the hotel, drop off the bags, and then everybody wanted to eat, except for me. I was full. But I couldn't tell them, no, you're not eating, and they're the ones,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
I was like,
if you're hungry, you're hungry. Whatever.
and I just had this sneaking suspicion. We're sitting there at the restaurant, and I'm like, something tells me I got to just check the time of the show. I got to know right now. I just feel like, Dave's got to go to bed early.
Right.
He's 63. Like, this thing can't go that late, right? 3 bands or whatever.
That's amazing.
So I pull it up on the phone, and I'm like, yeah, guys, just heads up as we're about to eat here. Doors were at 5.
Oh.
Music is at 6:30, and it's like, 10 after 6, and we're at this restaurant.
Yeah,
We're a 10 to 15 minute drive out. So yeah.
And then the line, and then the parking.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad of a fiasco, like all said and done. We pretty much drove right into our parking spot, which is really out back, way deep out there. And then we walked up, and the line to get into the show was moving, like everybody's walking.
Already in.
Yeah, it wasn't really a bottleneck there at all. But yeah, we got in there. They were pretty much wrapping up their set, and yeah, that was that.
They must have started right at 6:30 then, right on the dot.
Dave's a perfectionist like
Yeah.
that. He's like, it's 6:30. If you're not going, that's your set. You're done at whatever 7 or whatever.
Yeah, all them bands have been doing it for so long too.
Yeah.
They know the etiquette and
Yeah.
what needs to happen to.
Yep. Yeah, everything happened like clockwork there. It was good. I'm sure Dave was in bed by 10.
I was gonna say, yeah, it probably was an
10,
early
11.
show then, huh? Would they go on at like 9 or something, or?
Oh God.
If they started at 6:30, what do you think? They played a half hour, and then Megadeth or Mudvayne played for 45 to an hour,
Yeah, probably an hour.
and then Megadeth played for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I'm looking for looks like 9 to 10:25, 9 to 10:30 were the recorded times. Let's see. Yeah, Pine Knob, I'm looking at it right now, 9 to 10:30 p.m.
For Megadeth?
For Megadeth, yeah. So
that's not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, it was an early enough night. I think I was back in the hotel by 11. Yeah, 11 o'clock, 11:30 latest.
I like those earlier shows, to be honest.
It's a great set, too. I heard a lot of the classics, no fillers, man. I just was looking at the set list.
That's awesome.
One that's just sticking out in my mind because it's a longtime favorite of mine was Dread in the Fugitive Mind.
Okay.
So I think that was maybe off the Capital Punishment release or something.
Yeah, it was around there, I believe.
And it's just been sticking in my head since then. I was like, I haven't heard this song in forever.
Yeah.
And they rolled it out, but...
Any Euthanasia hits?
Let me look. I'm looking at it right now. I don't see one single song from Euthanasia, unfortunately. Not a single. He's got a long catalog.
Yeah. I just thought they might stick one or two of those in there, but... They're more rockier ones too. So if they stuck to more of their shreddier solo stuff, then
it was a solo festival.
But dude, the solos on Euthanasia are incredible to me, at least. But that's Marty for you.
Yeah,
love me some Marty. So
good times.
All right, cool. Well, with that being said, today we have another reaction episode for you guys. I know it's one of my favorite times, or one of my favorite episodes to do, are the reaction episodes. Listen to some music that we haven't really heard or listened to before, and give you honest reaction. And a lot of these bands are local bands, or not even so much anymore. We're kind of getting a little bit of collection from everywhere, to be honest. So
it's DIY. That's underground stuff I haven't heard of. Most people haven't heard of. So local to wherever they're from.
Yep,
those are the fans they've got.
And I've discovered a lot of cool music through not only just interviewing these bands and going through their catalogs, but a lot of cool bands we've heard just right on this show. So.
Yeah, for sure.
And so our first band, I'm familiar with this band because I played with these guys and I was super impressed by them. This band is Slugchild. They're extreme metal from Grand Rapids, Michigan, it says here. This was released, their album was released on August 11th, 2023. We got C. Visser on vocals, K. Warner on guitar, bass, and vocals. We got D. Webster on drums and vocals, and we got C. Webster on piano on A Collapsing Lung, must be the song heard faintly. And then this was recorded by Addison Eilers at Analog Time Machine, which is funny because Addison's about to be on the show here in a minute after this episode, so that's cool. And then mastered by Brad Boatwright at Audio Siege. And this song is called Tumbled Nest. So I'm just going to pull up their Bandcamp, but then they actually sent me a YouTube link here, brother. So
heard that.
So be prepared, because I'll have to remember to fucking see if we got some audio.
Dirty.
All right.
Yeah, pretty dirty.
All right, cool. I'm going to let you take this one first, buddy.
Yeah, as I'm listening to it, it kind of reminded me of a few things mixed together, but maybe like a Morbid Angel kind of a vibe in there. Something about it just harkened back to some dirty old Morbid Angel. Had a few other things going on there I can't quite place exactly. I felt like I was at a sweat fest suddenly, like I was watching Nain Rouge or something. Like I mean, not that they sounded like that band, but
right.
Yeah, just something about it took me back to a time where I could almost envision it in a hall show or something. But yeah, really cool. Good use of the two guitars there with the second one coming in to just kind of do a little bit of a lead or a melody over the top of the rhythm guitar there. I couldn't. Did you say that the guy played and sang at the same time? No, there is separate vocalists.
Yeah, there is a singer. It just seems like the other guys do extra vocals on it.
Yeah, because I was thinking
there's a singer.
There's no way that dude is playing and singing at the same time. No. Those vocals were like kind of like all over the place in terms of rhythm or pattern. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It just for me that was like some death metal, but more of a modern twist on it. A little bit of blackened seasoning in there,
yeah.
And yeah, pretty cool, man. I've heard the name floating around, so I'm hoping that I get a chance to see these guys out at some point in time. They are from the area. Grand Rapids, was it?
Yep, Grand Rapids. They say they're extreme metal from West Michigan, and I feel like that's perfect moniker because it is extreme. It's some controlled chaos, but I heard all of the song structure in there, like stuff that came back. So I definitely like that. I did feel real like modern black metal feel on that part where it was like them chords and he was kind of grinding over it and the chords were it was not in a 4/4 pattern, right? It was like some kind of weird off time, but just the way it all went together. And then they like locked in on the fill. That was really cool. Sounded really good. I could hear everything fine. I would have liked a little more bass in there personally.
I heard a little bit.
I didn't hear anything that really stuck out bass wise, but the riffs were really cool, really unique. That's what I like about this band for sure. Like they kind of got their own sound.
Yes.
I would say some red chordy when the red chordy's kind of going in that tension filled dissonance, you know.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of tension in this. This was kind of one of those. Like, hang on to the fucking steering wheel and you're going 95.
With that grind, you're getting tense for sure.
So I would like to hear more by these guys, so that's always a good sign. Like I said, I seen them live, and those guys, they ruled, man. They had chops. I mean, you could hear it on there, but even seeing them live, and even Addison, I remember the last episode we did with Addison, he talked about bands that come in and actually have the chops to do it, and he said that these guys came in and they killed the recording because they were good and know what the hell they were doing. So that's always good to, hear about a band and know that they can really make it happen. So awesome send-in. Thank you, Slugchild. You guys rule. Looking forward to, I'll probably listen to this album this week.
Yeah, it looks like they got some longer songs on there for sure.
Yeah.
As I'm looking at the Bandcamp, so.
Oh, yeah, jeez.
Yeah, you'll be in for a ride.
Yeah, so.
Fun.
Cool.
Yes.
Thank you guys for the send-in. Make sure you guys go follow Slugchild. They're at, bandcamp.com. Slugchild, pretty easy to find, or you can check them, just type in Slugchild on YouTube. I just subscribed to them, so make sure you go give them guys some love. Appreciate that send-in. All right, are we ready to move on, brother?
Let's do it.
Okay, cool. So our next send-in is from a band called Bog Wizard. I've heard of these guys before. They say they're out of West Michigan. So doom, sludge, stoner, metal riffing off the Satanic Panic era with heavily fantasy D&D themes, fat riffs, and natural crits. Nerd doom. This is what they go by.
Yes.
So doom, sludge, stoner, metal with heavy fantasy TTRPG themes. So we're role-playing games. What's TT stand for, buddy?
Got me.
Okay. I thought that was kind of more your wheelhouse.
Some of it is, for sure, but I don't get down with it regularly.
So Bog Wizard, we got some Nerd Doom coming up for you. I'm going to open their Bandcamp real quick. Very trippy artwork here, but the song is called Barbaria, and this is actually a Spotify link, so let's see what...
Oh, I'm sorry. TTRPG is tabletop RPG.
Tabletop. So Dungeons & Dragons.
Yeah, for sure.
Gotcha. All right, so here's this song, and I think you guys are going to be in for a 8-minute and 30-second song here, possibly. Yep.
a man of a barbaric age, whose merciless savagery may be the only key to his survival.
All right. So I'll go on this one.
Yeah.
This type of music usually isn't my style.
Right.
It's not anything I would put on, but as far as listening to it from an objective perspective, cool. His vocals were awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I really liked his vocals a lot. I liked even the clean singing thing was cool. Yep. To me, this sounds like something straight out of 1972 with the guitar tones and drum tones and everything, which I think they're going for because they said like the Satanic Panic era. So that's like, late 70s, early 80s type shit. Everything about these guys says Doom in Sludge in tabletop role-playing games between their art, their pictures, everything. It looks like a 3-piece. The singer plays guitar, 8-string guitar, it looks like. Very fuzzy. Like, one word that comes to mind if I had to explain Bog Wizard is just fuzz. But I think that's what you want in this kind of band, so I think they're doing everything they want to do, and when I see that in a band, I really appreciate that and dig that. I heard a hell of a lot of bass, and as far as guitar goes, I don't really know. I think it's just like they were so in sync and locked in with like the fuzz and everything. It just kind of sounded like one thing to me, but that's also being tight and in sync with each other, so very cool on that aspect. 8 minutes and a half, like they did the callbacks plenty of times, had plenty of riffs they repeated multiple times. Yeah. But I think that all comes with the Doom Sludge, style. And like I said, it's not really my style, but really cool song, man. Really cool band. Like I said, it's cool to see. And I love that, like, they have like their art stuff, like little tarot card almost, or Magic the Gathering looking cards and art and different kind of stuff. So very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, as I'm listening to it, I just felt like I was in the bog, or I was just going to roll out of like a smoke cloud or something. Like you're down in the basement and all the lights are on, like, the cool special lights that you get for the gaming setup. And then you've got just like a room full of smoke and everybody's high as a kite, ready to go. And and you want that just nice, steady, repetitive rhythm going in the background. Burn, just nonstop with the fuzz. Yeah, pretty cool. I appreciated the vocals as well. Didn't know what I was going to be in for. A lot of times these stoner metal bands, they can go any kind of way on the vocals, but I appreciated them. I thought they were pretty cool. Just a little bit of diversity in there, enough to give accents where needed. Everything was. I think I jumped the gun on the dirty adjective with the last band, because this band was dirtier. Yeah, it was just way dirtier, just grimy. Yeah, but I had fun with it. I definitely get where they're coming from. I do appreciate this stuff. 8.5 minutes is a slog for a bog, but
slog for a bog for sure.
But I get, when you're talking about when you would play music like this, or when you would like make the decision to put it on, and it tells you right in the description, like tabletop role playing games. Like you're probably putting this on as everybody's getting all set up, and rolling out, and getting their place at the table, literally. So I think I feel it, I get it, and I appreciate it. So pretty cool stuff. Not a lot of critiques from me. I like that last rhythm a lot, like at the end when they started picking up.
Yeah, I like that too.
And I get that that's, as they're writing the song, like that's the outro, and we're done here, but that's something I thought they could have gone back and forth with in and throughout the song, but it is what it is, and it's cool where it's at. I dig it.
Oh, yeah.
Bog Wizard, go give them a follow on the socials, and
go check them out if you're into Doom, Stoner, Sludge.
Yeah, for real.
Dirt music, nerd doom.
Nerd doom.
All right, so moving on, our next submission here is by a band called Battalion, legendary speed power metal from Ann Arbor, Michigan. The song is called Final Solution from Excessive Force, must be the album. So let's pull this up here. Oh, they got the straight up atomic bomb for the cover art, so
pretty powerful.
We're going straight for it.
Going all in on the power.
This came out in 2020, so nothing particular new. But here we go. We ready?
Yeah, I'm looking. They got a demo from 1991. Yeah, so they've been doing it forever.
Yeah, they've been doing it. When they say legendary, that's
yeah. You have to earn legendary, and I say if you've been doing it since 91, you've earned it.
All right, here we go. Not an 8 minute and 30-second banger though.
Too much power.
maximum efficiency that eliminates all waste. Designed to optimize every aspect of our existence. The final solution is to rebuild the human race! The final solution! The final solution! The final solution! The final solution!
Yeah. So Battalion with Excessive Force. That track was Final Solution.
Yep.
Looks like the closer of the album.
Yep.
And as I was digging through their Bandcamp, it looks like they got like a 91 demo that they dropped in 2022. Maybe just for the internet. But because 1991, I don't think there was much internet happening back then.
No.
And then they've got the 2020 release that we just listened to, the album closer. There was Excessive Force, and then they've got Battalion self-titled in 1991 as well, like a full length. So these guys been around and doing it, not very prolific by the looks of it, but I got to say, I really enjoyed that song. Like
Yeah.
that had a lot of things that I liked about it. I was a little nervous when they said power metal at first. I was like, where, this usually it's like over the top vocalist, but that guy was right in the cut for me. Like that's my thrash metal vocalist that I want in my band. He had a little grit, a little dirt on the vocal. He could actually sing. Got a guitar solo in there, and interestingly enough, over some clean section, so that was really cool. Even heard a little key change in the rhythm back there, it sounded like, or at least the chord progression really went a couple different places, but it had a lot of things going for it that I liked. I mean, on the one hand, and we spoke already to it, like they've been around since the 90s, and it sounds like it. That style of music sounds like, it's Testament, Exodus,
Anthrax.
Overkill,
It screamed Anthrax to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely like of the thrash metal vein, and it definitely sounded like it came from the early 90s or late 80s to me, but I think that stuff's still pretty cool. Of course, I came up on it, so naturally just going to gravitate toward it. Right. I wouldn't be surprised to find out these guys have played some really cool shows in their day. Like if they were gigging out, I wouldn't be surprised if they opened for some really cool bands, along the way, especially as long as they've been doing the thing. So I think that was pretty cool for me. I only heard that one little bass lick in there, like 3 notes. Yeah, just 3 notes, but everything else about it was pretty cool. Could appreciate that. Jay, what have you got on it?
So, real quick, this Excessive Force in 1991 demo that they put out says it includes 2 CDs featuring the 1991 demo and 1994 Excessive Force release. So, it was like, I guess, a culmination of the 2 things that they had put out since 1991, I guess.
Right.
But to me, it was like, I heard a lot of like Anthrax, early 90s kind of like, it's hard to say thrash because like there wasn't a lot of the like Sepultura. No, that's like speed thrash. This is kind of more of like still thrash, but there was a lot of more rock elements to it in there.
Groove.
But the singing was great, songwriting was good. I thought it sounded really good, like as far as production wise, you could hear everything really well. Their art could need improvement, but other than that, I mean. Here it is what it is. If it's from the 90s, then I get it. But I mean that's the only thing difference. I don't know how active these guys are. Or what, active enough to, I guess, contact us and say listen to our song that's been out for a long time. But I enjoyed it too. I thought it was good.
Yeah,
I liked it. Don't really have anything negative to say about it.
Yeah, I mean just looking at like the socials, they need a lot more presence on the internet. Like they need a lot more going on. They need to be easier to find. I can't find them on Facebook. I'm not saying they're not on it, but Battalion, you type that into the search bar on Facebook, you're getting everything with the word Battalion in it.
Yeah.
So that needed to be like that link could have been sent to us if they have it. And we don't know these guys whatsoever, so we have no idea what their motives are or their intentions, but like even the Bandcamp and or a Spotify, if it exists, like those things could have more information on it, like a profile or a bio, and more pictures and just things that like we're sitting here listening to a 5-minute track. That's what I'm doing. I'm like scrolling to get to know you guys.
Too. Yeah, so I can see some pictures and stuff, but they have like one picture, and who knows? This might be one guy.
Yeah,
and I'm sorry if this is the case. Like I'm just making an assumption here. You know what happens? This could be one guy that loved his band in 91, and then all of a sudden, like, he's still living in it, and he's still trying to put his music up, and he wants people to hear it. So it's like, I get it. Like, you worked hard on it, you know. It was something you probably enjoyed in your life, and once you're a musician, you're always a musician. So very well could be that, too, where he just has enough social presence to be able to share the link with people.
Yeah, like
so
people
he can be
that
like, here's my band.
Friends of his bugging him about a CD or something like, hey, or a tape for that matter. Hey, man, can I get a tape? I'm out, but everything's on the internet now. So good job at least getting the music out there. That's pretty cool. I dig it though. I mean, end of day, no matter what minor criticisms I have of social media presence or what have you, like the music was pretty cool. So
yeah, definitely cool music.
Yeah.
All right.
Battalion. Cool. Thank you.
So we're going to move on. I've heard a lot about this band or heard this band's name mentioned or seen it a lot on social media. The band is Room 101.
Okay.
So they say, we are a group of guys that combine metal, sludge, and doom with experimental and psychedelic elements. Room 101, Lansing's premier doom death metal band influenced by the likes of Neurosis, Crowbar, I Hate God, and Acid Bath. Room 101 is a four-piece with talent from such bands as Recidivist, Necrodeat, Balboa, Sowbelly, Red Channel, The Revenant, Manatee, Warlords from Mars, Intestinal Alien Reflux, and Disillusionment. A lot of bands that were hard to pronounce for me, so thanks. That was cool. Fucking, you had a lot of bands that were hard to say. So
I love a challenge. Sunday morning.
So I'm going to pull up their Bandcamp real quick, but they sent me a YouTube link, so I don't know if this is a video or not. The song is 11:59, it looks like.
Is that what we're
Let's
doing?
see what happens here. All right, you ready? Because it's just going to play, I guess.
Yeah.
Shorter song, though, so.
Oh, okay.
Or not. Okay, here you go.
I love the warning on the video.
God, don't look.
All right, so I think, is it my turn to go in on
Yeah.
this one? Man, that was fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah,
that
so
was
cool.
sweet as fuck. That was heavy. That was pissed off. Instantly, what comes to mind is like some Sepultura.
Okay.
It's like his vocal pattern reminded me, and kind of his vocal really reminded me of a Max, and then the gun 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 gun, and kind of his vocal pattern. A lot of that just screamed like Nail Bomb, Ministry, you know, or like Chaos AD era Sepultura for me. Very cool, very like pissed off. As far as the visual goes, it was pretty cool. Like the lyrics and like letting us know what you said.
Yeah,
it was catchy enough. You said you were Doom. I thought we were gonna have another Bog on our hands here, which is fine. But when it was only 3 minutes and it was that pissed, like that's not necessarily Doom, but that's only one song I've heard. You know, so that doesn't mean they don't have, you know, a lot of other stuff. But they got a few releases here, EP in 2019. And one in 2021, and it looks like something just came out here in 2024, so that must be off that. But yeah, Room 101, badass, man. The vocals were sweet. Yeah. Guitar was awesome. The drum, it was like one of those things where less is more. Yeah. Like, you don't have to overdo it. They didn't have to be drum solo, grind, all that shit. You don't have to get technical with it. Sometimes you just want to snap the neck, and that was just like a... Yeah, that was the whole time just a neck snapper, man. I appreciate the neck snapper. So.
Yeah. No, I thought it went hard. I thought it was groovy and angry, and the video was pretty cool. I mean, it looks like they did it themselves by all accounts, or just like they went for something that had like this old kind of like witchcraft feel. Yeah. With the production, it seems like they were kind of like going back to almost the 70s style, but somewhat hypnotic too in the video. But yeah, as far as the music goes, yeah, I agree with the Sepultura comments, sounding like Max in that groove from like KSAD. That's kind of what I was getting out of it. And a little bit more, it had some of those dirty ambient kind of things going on there with some of the dissonance and the feedback and stuff. That was that really set the mood for the song. I could see where they might get into a droney bit of doom later on in the album or something, but for me, all in all, like that was super cool. Room 101, hadn't heard of these guys until now, but definitely appreciate what they sent in, and already given them a follow across the board everywhere. So that was super cool. I have like no criticisms. I mean, like, and again, also in agreement with the less is more. Like everybody kind of knows their role and did the thing that they were supposed to do, and nobody really stood out versus anybody else. It was just like everybody was in for the song, and they did a good job with it. So I dig it.
Yeah, then, you know, sometimes when they say influenced by, you don't really know, but they did say Neurosis, Crowbar, I Hate God, and Acid Bath, so that all checks the boxes too. So really, I mean, that was that kind of vein. I'm not super familiar with Crowbar or I Hate God. I don't listen to a lot of either one of those, but I know enough about them to know that it's definitely kind of in that vein. But man, Room 101, you guys rule, dude. So go follow those guys if you want to snap your neck. Hopefully there's some more neck snappers on there.
Yeah, for real.
Another band I'd like to hear more from, so... Cool. All right, moving on. We got a couple more for you here today on this reaction episode. This band is called Nothing After This. All it says is this song is a two-step. It says is a two-step song. I don't know why it says that, but I'm assuming it's a two-step song. Metalcore, post-hardcore Michigan. It says drummers needed. They do have some shows, 9/21, 10/4, 10/11, 10/26. Don't know if this episode will be out by then. Sorry, boys. Or gals, or thems, or theys.
Folks.
Metalcore genre blending out from Metro Detroit. Balance old and new. Managed by Limitless Productions, produced by Black Castle Recordings. So let's pop up on their Spotify and see what they're giving us. So it looks like the song is called The Silence. Band is Nothing After This. And if you're ready, I'm ready, bro.
Do it.
Short song.
Violent,
Yeah.
All right.
Think I'm up.
Yep, you're up.
Outside of my wheelhouse, but I dig it. It sounded like hardcore. I'm not going to sit here and beat around the bush. That's what I would call hardcore music. You said it's two-step. I think that's a branch off the tree.
Yeah, I mean, they said metalcore, post-hardcore, so it makes sense.
Yeah, definitely on the hardcore side for me. All of it was really cool, though. Like, they had that dissonant guitar work in there that separates from just, like, the chugging heaviness. So I like that. I could see, like, this is the type of band that just gets the crowd going, whip them into a frenzy, and I want to see them moshing and go nuts. So I get that energy from them for sure. I like that I could understand it. Like, they didn't go into stuff. They didn't go into, like, drum beats that I didn't understand or couldn't, like, vibe with, like, anything too grindy with that. I probably wouldn't have been too down with, because you're not a crazy melodic band. So let's just keep it to where I can understand it with the groove. And they did a perfect job of that. So really cool. Had some vocal diversity in there, no clean singing, which is fine. But, like, at least it wasn't like a monotone the whole time, like just a one tone Timmy there. No, he had some pretty cool vocals there, switched it up, and I dig it. So the silence from Nothing After This, looks like they've had about 4 singles drop this year, if I'm just kind of like paying attention to their Spotify here, at least maybe even more. But no, it's just the 4 I'm seeing. But Jay, what do you got on that? You know a little bit more about this. You're a little closer to this style than I am, I think, just in, by way of your band even.
Yeah. So very cool. Like, I love the whole breakdown, the groove. It was kind of kept it interesting for 2 minutes and 14 seconds at least. I think with his vocal patterns, like at the beginning when it was like that, kind of his vocal like rang out, it kind of gave you something catchy to grasp onto, even though it's a 2 minute and 14 second song and it's not a verse chorus like pop structure that you're going to latch onto, but it still gave you something that you could, you're in the crowd and everybody's kind of singing along with it. That was really cool. Sounded really good.
The gang
the vocals had a good diversity to it. When they broke it down, that was a sick breakdown.
Yeah.
That one breakdown was really cool too, almost kind of the first little groove, because it was like gang, 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 gang. It was kind of like jittery, so it was like very interesting, but it was still groovy as shit. And I was like, that's kind of a cool way to approach it, like, because you could have just did all the palm mutes all the way down, and it would have been really like, it would have been like really the same all the way across, but just giving that little jitter, and then the drums kind of affected like that was really cool. My only critique on it was like the vocals just seemed a little loud. They were kind of taking over the whole mix for me. I just thought it was like if the vocals could have went down maybe 2 to 3 dB in the entire mix, but that's just me being particular and
producer
critique. Yeah, it's from the producer side. But as far as the music and stuff goes, cool ass band, man.
Yeah.
They jam. You go follow Nothing After This. I just followed them.
Yep, same. Hit them up.
It says they're from Michigan, and it says they do need a drummer. So
if you're the guy or the gal.
But I don't really know. It just says from Michigan. I don't know where from Michigan. That's the thing. So if you are a drummer, maybe you'll just have to hit them up and see where they're at.
It looks like they're out on the east side of the state, just by way of looking at their shows, like where they're gigging out. It's like Detroit, Chesterfield was one that I noticed. They were on a bill with Heartsick Friday, October 11th. That was, looking here, Diesel Concert Lounge.
Okay.
Chesterfield Township.
Okay, yep, I see it right here.
So, yeah, if you're the drummer for that band, hit them up. They're still looking. Don't know if they'll be looking by the time this drops, but
right. I wonder how they're playing shows then.
Yeah, they must have a friend.
Right. Or the guy's fulfilling his show duties or something before,
Yep.
Sometimes that happens. All right, cool.
Cool artwork, too, on the cover of...
Yeah, I like it.
Whatever this is, somebody on a path here with a lot of red. You got me hooked in with the bull. I'm drawn to the red. Pretty cool.
Yeah, cool band, man. I like those guys.
Dig
Want to
that.
hear more from them for sure. So,
Dig that.
all right, man. Our final submission is from a band called Gawksang. Gawksang? It just says, welcome to the lyric video for Gawksang's debut single, Mal Gwynsin or Mal Gwishnin. The song tells the story of the Korean water ghosts, which are unsettled spirits of drowning victims. The Mal Gwynsin attack unsuspecting victims in the water and bring them to their watery fate so they too can bear the soul of the Mal Gwynsin. Gawk sawing are Christopher Brandon, rhythm guitars, bass, and drum tracking. Richard Wilson, vocals, Jess Lewis, lead guitar. Music by Christopher Brandon, lyrics by Christopher Brandon and Richard Wilson, produced by Lars Withman at Phase B Studios. Here's a debut track, Bog Wizard. Extreme metal is how we define this. So, we'll see.
Open the YouTube here.
Here we go. All right. So, is it my turn?
Yeah, you're up.
Okay. So, dude's right hand tight, or guys or gals, because it kind of actually looked like a girl that popped up here at the end. But
I think it's just a
whatever.
couple of dudes, but
Okay. Yeah, some picture popped up here at the end of the video, so I wasn't sure. But super tight right hand. Yeah, very, very, very cool. Like very different than any of the other stuff that we heard today. All these bands that we heard today, every single one of them was completely different. So that was cool. Very catchy song because they kind of repeated parts, so you could hear about the Mulgwishin. The Mulgwissin. You heard them. The lyrics, you could tell what he was saying the whole time, especially with the lyric video. I wasn't 100% sure what was happening with the delay there, but it made for a cool like effect, almost a watery grave type effect on there or whatever. But guitar tone was great. I know it was programmed drums, but the drums fit.
Yep.
All in all, it sounded pretty cool. You could define that as extreme metal. I don't know what else you would call it. Maybe like a death black metal, maybe, I guess. But it's hard to really just say. But extreme metal is definitely fine. I enjoyed it. I thought it was totally cool. It looked like they've come out with a couple other songs too this year, and at least they're putting music out there. And very unique band. Like I said, everything sounded good, and no complaints. I really liked the lyric video as well. So
yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm just I'm like lurking them out on the socials. I found them on Facebook and Instagram, and it looks like they might even be in like Korea, like stationed in the military. I'm having a hard time discerning, but it also says Gothenburg, Sweden, so I don't know where in the world they are from. I'm just trying to figure that out. But yeah, as far as the music goes, really cool. Had some callbacks. It definitely had some catchy, upbeat vibes to it, and like you said, shredder on the right hand. Okay, here we go. They've got some bio, but it doesn't really say. Okay, Seth Pratt to depart Korea. Yeah, okay, yeah, so definitely hanging out in Korea, stationed over there.
Which makes sense with all of their...
with all of their imagery and lyrical content. The Mulgwissin.
The Mulgwissin.
No, it's pretty cool, man. I dig it. I could get with that anytime. It appears to be just like a studio type of project that this guy's got going on, Chris Brandon. But I'm with it. I think hard to put a name on the style of the genre, but yeah, just for me, it's heavy metal. It's almost death metal with the vocals, but there was, I think, with the beat and the program beats, you would be able to set yourself apart into a style more if you had an actual drummer back there, other than programming it on the drum machine, what have you. But yeah, I'm for it. Gok Song.
So it says emerged in 2022 when a multi-instrumentalist Chris Brandon crossed paths with drummer Seth Aaron from This Day Kills You at Camp Humphreys in South Korea.
Yep.
While the world began to move past pandemic restrictions, South Korea endured over 24 months of stringent lockdowns and restrictions. Amidst strict COVID-19 measures, they found solace in jamming for hours at the recreation center, channeling their frustrations into music. Initially, their sessions consisted solely of guitar and drums, never intended for more than casual enjoyment. However, Chris, an avid horror enthusiast captivated by Korean folklore, saw potential in their creations. Inspired by his surroundings, he penned lyrics for what would become their debut track, Mulgwissin, named the project after the eerie town in the film The Wailing. As Seth prepared to depart Korea, Chris was presented with opportunities to play bass for Isijvenian, Anger Overdose, and Dead Deceased. Wanting to provide songwriting to these bands, he soon realized his distinctive style didn't quite fit these groups. Returning to his passion project, Gok Song, he decided to take all the instrumentation and compositions himself and saw a vocalist who could match the band's evolving sound. Enter Richard Wilson from Morningstar's Dead Deceased, whose prompt enthusiasm and deep connection to Chris's lyrical concepts made him the perfect fit. Richard's commanding vocals added a dynamic layer to Gok Song's music, merging influences from Swedish death metal, thrash, and metalcore. Their sound draws comparisons to revered acts such as At the Gates, The Haunted, Bury Your Dead, Sepultura, and Slayer. Today, Gok Song stands as a fusion of South Korea's rich horror legacy and the adrenaline-charged intensity of Scandinavian metal. They continue to forge their path in the indie metal realm, weaving haunting melodies and powerful rhythms with narratives rooted in Korean horror and mythology. So that's a good bio, actually. That's
Yeah.
one of the better ones we found. So I guess there you go. There's more. It says it does say that their location is South Korea.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, and that's a recent bio too. It says July 7th of this year. So, or it just says July 7th, but it doesn't say a year. So I'm guessing, yeah, this year it does say when you hover over it with the cursor. Yeah, pretty cool.
oh yeah,
And I think they nailed it with the style, like the sound, like the Slayer, the Sepultura, and like the Swedish death metal. Yeah, for sure. So those guys are pretty cool. Lurk them out. That's if you're listening and you're like, what is the band name really though? I don't know how to pronounce it. Goksong, but it's Gokseong, and that should help you find them.
yep, cool. All right, man. Well, that kind of wraps this episode of the reactions, and I'm sure we'll be doing another one here soon.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks to all the bands. Make sure you guys go follow all the bands real quick. You got Slugchild from Grand Rapids. Make sure you go follow them. You got Bog Wizard, just out of West Michigan. You got Battalion, Legendary, out of Ann Arbor. Room 101.
Sweet.
Lansing's Premier Death Doom. You got Nothing After This, Metalcore, Post-Hardcore Michigan, maybe East Side of the State, and Goksong from, what did we just say, South Korea?
Yep.
Yeah, South Korea. So, hell yeah.
Sweet.
Until the next time,
Yeah.
keep it metal. Peace. Thank you so much for checking out the episode. Be sure to hit that like button and give us a share.
Yeah, and if you enjoyed our podcast today, please give it a rating on your streaming service to help us gain some exposure.
And if you really enjoyed the show, please give us a follow or hit that subscribe button and come hang out with us every week. And remember, keep it metal.